it's Melissa. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the new Roland Holographic vinyl. So this stuff, you can see it, it's already loaded in my machine, but I'm actually going to show you how to load it because it's 15 inches. So if you're not familiar with loading materials that are less than 20 inches, I'm going to show you how to do that too. So this stuff though is amazing. It comes out with really, really pretty colors. And so you can make a lot of different, you can either obviously print decals and stickers that have color, or you can do all black. These both have colors, but I just wanted to show you. This is 6mm vinyl, so you are going to need to adjust your cut settings in VersaWorks. So we will get to all of that, but let's start with how to load this vinyl. Okay, so as I mentioned, this roll of vinyl, the holographic Roland 6mm adhesive vinyl is 15 inches as opposed to 20. So that's obviously smaller than what the roll can take. So all you need to do is you want to insert the roll like you normally would. The side that has the little peg on it remains the same. Okay, so that will just slide in and connect to the core there. And then this piece, this side, you are going to put in like you normally would, but it would normally stop right here and you wouldn't have a whole lot of space here. In this case, you're just going to slide this all the way so that it's snug against the roll. And then you will obviously have more roll left here that you will place into the Roland itself. Now, when we get into VersaWorks, we are gonna have to make an adjustment, so we will get to that as well. Okay, so you'll just place the two bars like you normally would. Make sure that your loading bar is pressed back. And then what you're gonna do is once it's in there, you do need to make sure that you pull this piece over. All right, so that is going to be your guide. Obviously, normally you have it further this way, but with the shorter material, you need to have it there. And then you are just going to make sure that this is all snug. You are just going to load it in, okay? And obviously from the front, you want to make sure that it has gone under the two guides there, and in this case it has. Then obviously just let the machine do its thing and you will be ready to print. All right, the next step is to head over to VersaWorks and you are just going to import the job. So we will go to add job to queue and I'll just pull it in here and let's see, find your file, okay, open. Now I created the cut lines for this in Affinity Designer. So if you're not familiar with how to set up roll and contour cut lines, you're gonna wanna obviously go through that and I will link to a video for you. So you'll see that this video has contour cut lines. When it's selected in my queue here with this little A means that there are cut lines there. So we will right click that and then go to settings. Now from the settings, we're gonna do a couple of things. So depending on the size that you want your decal to print, you can adjust that here. You will also be able to increase the number of copies, and you will also be able to change the cut settings, all of which we need to do. But the first thing that we want to do, because we are using that 15-inch wide media, is we want to click here from layout. We want to click get media width. And you can see that it now automatically adjusts. That's because not only has my printer, I've already loaded the material, but I also have my computer and my Roland BN-20A connected. So I am going to orient this so that it's right side up, and then I'm just going to increase the copies a little bit. We'll do, let's see if 5 fit. Okay, so 5 are going to fit across, so that's perfect. We'll do that. And then what I like to do is go down this list here. Now, in the quality setting, you can decide what type of print quality you want. I'm going to keep it on standard. In this case, I am going to keep it on generic vinyl. The one thing I am going to change though is the color under color management preset. I like to always change this to sign and display. You get really good colors that way. Okay, so I'm not going to adjust any of the colors, but you do have that ability here. So the next thing that you want to do is go to cut controls. This is where you are going to not only be able to tell it that you want to put a you know, to cut the border of the image, which I am going to do. So that's going to cut a small square around every image. It'll make it easier to weed. You basically can use those as weeding boxes if you want. It'll also give you a nice clean edge. What it's not going to do is perf cut. This is 6mm material. It's going to be very difficult to perf cut. You can try it, but I'm just letting you know that it's going to be difficult to do that. And then I'm going to click cutting conditions setting, and I need to increase the cutting force. The cutting force that I found to be the best is actually to increase this. It's going to sound like a lot, to 200. But again, that is not only because of its 6mm vinyl, but the type of blade that I'm using. So you will probably want to test cut this just to be sure. So the rest of this information here, I don't need to do anything else with, but you can go through that. So once you're done here, you're just going to click OK. And then we need to rip this. So again, right click and click rip. That's going to take a second. Sometimes it takes longer than others. You can see this was very quick. And once that's done, the job will move out of rip status. And then I'm going to right click again and click print. This will then move it up here once I tell it that, yes, I only want one copy of this, meaning one copy of all 5. And the printing will then begin. All right, so then you are just ready to weed. So I'm going to weed out. This stuff is, like I said, it's pretty thick. So just once you get it going, it's fine. It just takes a little bit. So you can see that those boxes are really helpful to just, especially if you're cutting a bunch. You could try to perf cut, like I said, but you are definitely going to want to test cut that to find, because you will probably need a 60-degree blade in order to do that. But this holographic vinyl is just gorgeous. And I love how thick it is, actually, because you get a really nice, the stickers are just really nice and thick structure-wise. Okay, so I am just going to cut these apart. I usually use a paper trimmer to make sure that they're even, but we'll just do it quickly here so you can see. Okay, and that is it. There you go. And I just have overhead light right now, but you can see how nice these are. You can laminate them if you want to use the lamination feature on your BN-20. But again, even with that, you will probably want to then increase, you'll need to increase your force even further to get through both the lamination and the sticker vinyl itself.